is scheduled for one fall and is for the PWX Innovative Television Championship. Your referee for this contest, Jared Fritz.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with the second half here. Rise of the Champion 13. Chaotic six-man war. Production took us out. Literally took us out, guys. But you want to talk about a chaotic night? How about the way things started? A new ITV champion. And are we about to see another one here tonight?
Well, I mean, technically, we're seeing two unscheduled matches. The match where Darius beat Chip earlier in the day was one unscheduled match, and this is an unscheduled title match right now.
And it is an understatement to say how excited I am for this match, and the fact that you're making it a golden show stealer of a match, it just, oh my God, I'm over the moon right now. And coming down to the ring, we're about to get a little bit of that international King of Swerve action, Daddy.
Shane Strickland, who's made a huge impact.
And I was just talking about how this was a golden opportunity. He's coming out with the PCW Ultra Light Heavyweight Championship from California, as well as the Defy Championship out in Seattle. Shane Strickland is here to prove a point, and that is, I want your gold too, Darius.
Well, that's it. Are we about to see a third title go around the waist of Shane Strickland? And like you put it, Bob, this guy, an international superstar at this point. When it comes to the growth, since the last time we saw a Shane Strickland here in PWX approximately 2 years ago, night and day. Guy was a top talent then. Now he's probably one of the top in the entire independence.
And I know how much, a shout out to Matt Farmer and all the people that do a great job at Defy Wrestling in Seattle. We know what an impact they've made. They're basically the PWX of the Seattle area, so they have big timers like Shane Strickland come in all the time. That's a belt that you want to hold. And PCW, we know the kind of crowds they have. Kevin Sullivan hanging around, Jeff Cobb, all those people. That's another belt you want to hold. These are not some trinkets from some backyard federation. These are big deal titles. So
no, I mean, Shane is one match away from becoming the Major League Wrestling champion.
And Major League Wrestling champion, he has that one. And if he wins tonight, which is extremely reasonable to say, then because maybe Darius used it all up with his fury with Chip, Chip Day. Even though it was a sprint, it still was an intense sprint. It could have blown him out for the rest of the night.
It's definitely not so subtle intimidation coming out here with all his hardware, just to let Darius know as
Absolutely.
soon as, you came out here and you just won that championship, he could clean it off you just that quickly.
What is that?
We gonna be all right. 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 We gonna be all right.
Guys, I dare say you're looking at the results of a revolution.
Show of unity. Look at that. All shapes and sizes, all colors, creeds. It's great.
I'll be the first one to go on record as saying about Darius Lockhart, I love everything that he stands for, and I love how he brings everyone together with his message. I think the world of him, and I hope to God he's able to hold on to this championship. And if not, I hope Shane Strickland does everything he can to stop him. And the trail of people that he had coming out is in reference to the Kendrick Lamar Classic from How to Kill a Butterfly, which is playing right now. All right. And I think he knows he's going to be all right tonight if he can put this together and make it 2 for 2 here at Rise of a Champion.
Will momentum be on the side here tonight? Darius Lockhart. It's not very often you look at a champion in a championship match and say he's the underdog. But reality is Shane Strickland, so good. It's going to be a heck of a feat to defeat him. But if he does, think about what that'll mean for the career
I'll be the first one.
Darius.
I'll be the first one to admit, Trevin, I was a guy who misunderstood and underrated Darius when I first met him. But you know what? It just took a conversation over coffee, figuring out where he comes from. Two people, two individuals. We're very different people getting together, talking about it, and seeing his side of it, and then realizing he's a uniter, he's not a divider. And realizing that and finding out what a great young man he was, what a great wrestler he was, and that's why he's holding the title.
So you talk about where he's coming from. You look at a Shane Strickland 5 years ago. Shane Strickland in the sport. Shane Strickland making a name, earning that title swerve. Welcome back. Let's send it to Brett Wilverton.
Introducing first the challenger from Tacoma, Washington, weighing in at 198 pounds, recognized as the PCW Ultra Light Heavyweight Champion and the Divine Champion, is the International King of Swerve, Strickland. His opponent from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 205 pounds. He is now a two-time PWX Innovative Television Champion, the revolutionary Darius Lockhart.
All I could think about in this moment is when there was a kid that was also from North Carolina that was here in PWX by the name of Cedric Alexander, who was faced up with one of the toughest challenges that he could have ever hoped to have been in the ring with. And he somehow found a way to not only survive, but thrive. And Darius Lockhart is in that very same situation right now.
Not just in that situation. You read my mind. 5 years ago, you're looking at Shane Strickland earning his title as the Swerve King. Well, here's Darius Lockhart in the crowd watching the very match you described, watching the history that was made there in 2013.
Yep. A 17-year-old, let me tell you now, because as much experience as he has, guys, he's only 22. A 17-year-old Darius Lockhart watches Jay Lethal and Cedric Alexander and sees Cedric Alexander basically be crowned the next independent superstar and then become a national superstar.
No, absolutely. It was the breakout performance, and like you said, both Lethal, international star, Cedric, international star at this point. Inspirational for Darius Lockhart, and you can definitely make the parallels. This is that opportunity for him to establish himself not just here in the Premier Wrestling experience, throughout the entire sport of professional wrestling.
This is what we chase for, man. As a wrestler, you want to chase that moment where your idols become your rivals. You're not looking up to them anymore. You're looking across from them. And you got to have that kind of confidence and that kind of swagger in yourself to know that if it came down to that, you can put them down if it happens. And right now, Darius is looking to make the most of that and prove that as he goes hold for hold with Shane Strickland.
Yeah, indeed, trying to out-wrestle the man right here. I'll tell you, Shane Strickland, the epitome of a superstar right now. Talked about just in 2 years since we last saw him here, but let alone that 5, the growth of this young man. One of the most in-demand talents in the sport right here, and credit to Darius, he's keeping up.
It reminds me in a way when people talk about people like advancing so quickly. It almost reminds me of another person in that regard, in Matt Riddle, how even though you could have so little time in the business, when you're wrestling people on the caliber that Darius Lockhart gets on the regular at PWX, it makes you better faster. This dude is always training at the High Spots facility. He's getting it done.
Look at that. Shades of Daniel Bryan. Bryan Danielson right there. Rolls him into a pin, though.
That was beautiful the way he had that arm pushed back and indeed putting him in the pin, putting him in the danger, forcing Strickland to make all the effort to move.
I think Darius has to add something. Maybe he has been putting a little more match tape watching into play here. Maybe he's been watching some different stuff, because I've never seen that out of Darius.
This sequence is definitely fresh to me. In England, this is known as the Russ Abbott sequence, made famous by Johnny Saint, and that was textbook right there, and he's put many a man away with that.
And I mean, it's got to be cool. A guy like you who gets all over the world, a guy like me who gets all over the world. It's kind of cool to see all these championship belts from, because I know instead of being a closed-minded individual, promoter Brian Kanowski said, please bring your championship belts today. Let's show them off. Let's show off the greatness of independent wrestling, as Rise of a Champion is going to be. Let's show all the champions. We recognize all the belts. We don't, PWX, obviously, we think we're the best, but that doesn't mean we dismiss everybody else. Bring those belts, show them off, show the wrestling world what we're all about, right on High Spots Network, and be proud of it.
And it's almost a parallel to what we were talking about Darius earlier. That kind of mentality is one of those things where, why don't we stop dividing and unify, you know? We get more done together.
Exactly. I mean, we were just talking about an intermission. Trevor and I were talking about, you know, sometimes you get into some toxic scenes in professional wrestling. Things work a lot better when you kind of make amends and have some unity.
Well, and you'll see right there the unity of the feet.
Yes.
Darius Lockhart to the gut.
trying to separate those abdominal muscles.
And Strickland catches a lot of people with that little walk into usually a head scissors.
Darius is really, I mean, for the first 90 seconds to 2 minutes, guys, he's been dominating this performance.
And you saw when things weren't going his way a moment ago, taking the breather outside of the ring, controlling the pace, looking like a veteran right now as he faces a veteran. Chopping him in the corner here.
Well, I've seen guys with 3 years of experience show me a lot, and I've seen guys on the independents with, is it 20 years experience or 1 year repeated 20, never get out anywhere. Yeah. Darius has been, I mean, honing his game. Again, the young guys here at PWX are never afraid to face anybody. They say, bring them on. We'll take anybody on.
No, you're right. And we all don't grow at the same speed. Some people never grow at all, right?
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but true.
And Darius on a trajectory, but right now,
no, that was a little bit of showboating that you're not going to get away with.
This is about to be, I'm telling you right now, this is the turning point in the match. Look at the face on Strickland right now.
It's early. I think this one's going to go a while.
Here's my thing. When Strickland approached this match, he was just cool. He was in his Swerve Scott mode, you know what I'm saying?
I do.
But getting ran by Darius Lockhart for a little bit, you see the look on his face has changed. Now it's no games played.
Well, and to his credit, Strickland is one of the busiest professional wrestlers in the world right now. He may not have really had a big chance to check on Darius Lockhart. He may just be relying on word of mouth or other people's reputation, other people telling him about Darius.
Well, hey, and you got to say something here with that springboard elbow and the fact that Strickland kicking out at 1, by the way. A lot of times people ask, hey, why do the guys stay down for that 2 so often? Gives you the extra second to catch your breath.
This is true.
If you're in control of the situation, think what's next. No, he's right here. I'm here. I got this, kid.
Well,
bring it.
And sometimes it rattles your brain. Sometimes it doesn't knock you out. Sometimes it just hurts your back, hurts your legs. Your legs go numb. It takes you a minute to kick out. It takes you a minute to figure out where you are.
If Strickland keeps taking any more of those chops, we're about to have to put some A1 on his chest like this thing.
Baby, I'm telling you.
Ooh.
The agility of Strickland on display right there.
Boom.
Give me an area code, guys.
I absolutely love watching Strickland do his thing because he blends a lot of the best of Lucha Libre and British style in there as well, too. Just the way he transitions and moves around the ring.
Well-rounded. Oh, look at that.
An exploder right there to the turnbuckles.
Nothing fancy about that.
No, that is dangerous. Turnbuckles, they look like there's padding. There's no padding there,
Absolutely
guys.
not.
You two know better than me.
That is for cosmetic purposes.
That's for cosmetic purposes, and so we don't break our backs, but it still hurts to hit him, and anyone who doesn't agree with me can take me up on it, and I'll let them do it themselves. I won't put a hand on them. Run yourself into one of those turnbuckle quote-unquote pads and see what happens.
And that's the thing. Your body's not made to bend that way, and following up is Shane Strickland here on the attack here, forcing the multiple limbs at once here.
Joint manipulation at its finest. And, oh, look at that.
And you were talking about A1 sauce, and I think you got him hungry.
Got him a little bite over there. Looking like he's going in the Sue Young playbook over there.
Well, and I think Strickland might have been a little insulted by Darius taking a page out of his book.
Absolutely.
So now he's gonna go after him and kind of really show him how it's done.
I'll dislocate the arm at this rate if he keeps
it up.
Sure he
does.
And isolating the body part right there.
That's one of the things I really like to do. I'm a big fan of that too. Separate the arm, because you don't realize how much you do with your arm until you don't have one. Break your arm and see what happens. Please don't do it today. But you know, we've all had a broken arm or a sprain or something where we're in a sling. It's tough. And now think about being in a combat sport with somebody on the other side of the ring with you.
Try to do any athletics with one arm, right?
Sure.
Let alone you get to the point where, like you said, combat sport here, and Strickland now turning up the volume as he's pulling on that arm as well.
And he's going to punish him. It's not all about submissions. It's about punishment, too.
And he's putting some stank on it there.
Sure
right hand, that kick right there. And now Swerve's starting to settle into his mode. He's letting his hair down literally right now.
He's not overly worried about the crowd, which is exactly what it should be. A lot of these guys showboat, cheer for me, be my friend. Sometimes you got to get to business.
It's back to that cool mode that I like to talk about Strickland. He's always just so collected and cool in the moment. You don't collect that kind of hardware that he's got without being able to show up in big pressure situations. He ain't worried about what a hater got to say about him.
Nope. And he has refused to let go there of the arm, continuing to have wrist control despite strike after strike. Getting him by the nose there is Strickland and forcing the man right back down to the mat. I don't know if you saw he was standing on his hand earlier as well.
Well, that's how you have to do it to help isolate it. I mean, there's a lot of bones in that hand. Aside from the foot, it's got the most bones in the body. So if you can step on a hand, if you've ever broken a finger, you know how annoying that is, and you know how much it takes your eye off the ball.
And you see, he got him by the nose again. It's going to throw the kid off the game a little bit.
That's just a little bit of showboating. That's not really necessarily to hurt him. That's just to kind of take his mind off things.
Absolutely. It's the mind games. Exactly.
Yep.
Take the mind off of what he's trying to do. Sweeping the leg right there. That kick to the small of the back. Your mind's going to be nowhere but the pain on your back at that point.
And one of the things I love about watching Shane do his thing is the fact that he knows when to control the explosiveness. When he needs to bust out those springboard maneuvers at the top rope, he's got that. But when he's got that well in hand, look at him. He's got him grounded and pounded. We're tenderizing him.
I agree. We're 6 minutes into this match, and Shane Strickland's left his feet exactly once.
Well, you know, as a guy who puts on clinics, right? We're watching a clinic right here. Well, oh, look at that, though. Darius up to his feet.
That's the shot he needed.
I think Strickland wanted this, though. I think he wanted him to bring the fight to him.
Well, that knee right to the side of the face.
You're going to be cocky like that, champ. Here we go. You're in the big time now.
He's got to put him down quickly, man.
Sure
Darius, I've seen him do this before. He gets going.
I've seen him do it earlier today. He won in less than a minute. The explosiveness.
But the challenge is the explosiveness. Running knee there. You could end up making mistakes. Question is, can you capitalize?
That rocked Strickland right there. You saw him get knocked down, wobbly knees.
Oh, and saw him coming, veteran right there, able to take out the knee.
Yeah,
how about that suplex?
But if I'm Darius, I'm encouraged that I was able to block it once, because I've seen Strickland take people out with that.
Good Lord.
And Darius, this is what I'm talking about. He unites the people. Everybody is with him. It's not that they don't like Strickland. They're just pro Darius, baby.
And those long limbs of Strickland, that kick right there to the side of the head.
Oh,
a little bit of
look at that
position.
Look at that.
Release German.
Look how smooth that was. Floats right in, goes for the German.
That's why they call him the swerve. You think he's going one way.
Oh,
look at that. Double stomp to the back after being
somehow managed to defend that in some way. Maybe flip with it to take some of the pressure off.
There you go.
Exactly. That's exactly what just happened there. The clothesline there. You think it's folding him in. No, he's using the momentum to land on his feet. Get the double stomp in here. You hear the appreciation from the PWX faithful, but the pain right now going through the body of Darius Lockhart.
And that's almost like a big act of defiance right there, because it's like, all right, I'm going to eat this, but you're going to take this too, you know? And like Strickland still, there he goes. Like he's ready to go get some more.
Yeah, but it took a lot out of him. If you see it, it took a lot out of him.
But I think the risk was worth the reward. Look at Darius.
I agree.
Is there blood on the side of Darius Lockhart? We're a far distance away. I can't tell from the ear.
We don't have the best.
Oh, God, yeah, he is cut open.
I'm pretty sure. And that kick right there is not going to help. And as you lose the blood.
Oh, yeah, right around the ear, guys.
God, and
lights start to go out, man.
Swerve stomp!
Good Lord.
That's got to be a wrap right there.
Yep, great job. New champ.
No. Credit to Lockhart. Gets a shoulder up.
This is where the true grit of Darius Lockhart is going to be tested. Bleeding, beaten, battered against an opponent that many would see, if you lined up the numbers, as having his number already with a match under his belt. Like, Darius, this is where he proves if he really has the mettle to hold on to that championship that he fought so hard to win back.
And I'm with you, Shug. You're not going to last very long playing defense against Shane Strickland, that's for sure.
Especially in so many ways that he can get you with. Strickland is probably one of the most underrated men when it comes to how he can hit you with offense.
But this is Lockhart sweeping the leg, that knee right there to a prone and surprise Shane Strickland. But Lockhart needs to follow up.
Yep. Wow.
Slings him, got him in that royal butterfly
set.
set.
Hit this one. Yep.
Up and over to the pinfall. No, kicks out.
Jared Fritz might have been a little slow to get there.
In agreement, definitely in agreement.
He was overly concerned with checking the shoulders that I thought were down. But again, our vantage point isn't the best for that. So I'm going to give Jared the benefit of the doubt. He's been doing a great job all night. Very fair. One of the best referees in the country. I'm not going to worry about it.
Darius shrugging off that pain. I know his ears are probably ringing, but he's going to make sure he hands it back tenfold.
It hasn't seemed to affect his balance yet, though.
No, but those kicks continue kicks.
Well,
to the side of the head there.
That'll certainly affect your balance. That's
absolutely. For sure. Strickland there this time with two boots, but pushed off by Lockhart.
Oh,
the long limbs again.
Yep.
Of Strickland.
And his ability to use his body.
He covers so much ground at any given moment.
Rolls in there.
And he said it. He said, "I got you."
And you saw Darius trying to eye up how he was coming, but he didn't know if he was springboarding, rolling in, flipping it, and that's how Shane gets you. You can't quantify how he's trying to get you with the offense.
I didn't know where the ace crusher was coming from, but was SureSex successful here.
JML driver, no.
No throw, got him out of it.
And that drop toe hold here. How about that knee to the back of the head of approach, Shane Strickland?
Which is how he won his first ITV championship.
Uh-oh. Guys, he hit it again.
Asada driver.
Maybe.
That's the same combination.
Oh! Guys, I believe that is the first time anybody at PWX has kicked out of the Asada driver.
Well, it doesn't matter how many people kicked out of it in the past. All that matters is Shane kicked out of it right now.
God, he's in disbelief, but he doesn't have time to be in disbelief. He's got to get back on top of this.
You got to get back on him. You got to follow up, see if you can hit it again.
No, you're both right, but that's the challenge. This young man, he's bleeding. He's fighting that lack of experience. He just hit the biggest move he hits and is taking everybody out with. What is he going to do now?
Yeah, but in the back of your mind, you had to expect that a little bit. A guy like you think Strickland's a champion in several federations is going to just walk away from just a move that you've been able to beat everybody with. This Chip Day's great. Shane Strickland is at another level, in my opinion.
Hard to argue with that right here. Is Lockhart heading to the top, Strickland on the apron outside here.
Oh my goodness, what's going on here, guys?
He's looking to get a little bit more robust with the offense, and that's what you're going to need.
What is this? What is the plan? He obviously has one. I don't see it yet, though. Do you?
But you know the saying, man makes plans and God laughs.
Yeah, I
so
know.
You never know.
Well, that's it. The brakes. Strickland was starting to put him on, but now Darius again pulling the man up. But a lot of bad can happen up here, guys.
A lot of bad, and the angles, neither one of them have the angle. This is going to take you right outside.
And I never thought I'd be saying this. There's no ladder to break the fall if they go that way, so I don't like where this is going.
That's scary but true, isn't it?
This is some justifiable homicide.
Look at him, he's hammering away. That gets him out of it at least.
Pounding the man down right here.
Oh!
Rake to the face by Strickland.
And this was a relatively clean match for the most part until that. I'm a little shocked at Shane for that.
Strickland's been around a while. Come on, you guys can expect that once in a while.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, my God. What is this going to be?
Please don't.
Oh!
Driver to the apron. Oh, this kick could be out, guys.
And Shane wasted no
right
time.
Back. Yep, he's going to throw him in.
Picking that dead weight up. Oh, what?
He's hanging him off there.
I'd have put him in the ring.
I'm with you, Bob.
It's over on the rail. Lockhart's prone here. What's Strickland going to do? Oh! Double stomp to the back of a prone Darius Lockhart, who just
now he's going to throw him in.
And then notice he got that swerve stomp on the back of his head.
He's going to become ITV champion right after this.
Oh, God, he's savoring this one.
Yes, he is. Showboating and then putting it in.
We are about to have a new champion.
There it is.
Swerve stop, center of the ring. Guys, this is it.
Congratulations. Oh!
Darius Lockhart with a shoulder out.
Lockhart, boomaye. Let's get it. I ain't going to lie, man. I want to see him hold it.
I don't know where this kid is digging down.
All three of us are shaking our heads like bobbleheads. We didn't see that one coming.
He's fought too hard to get back on top of the mountain. It's not me being biased. It's just me telling you what I know. I think Darius has got it in him. If he can survive that, he can survive anything.
I am at a loss, the tenacity of this young man. But look at the face of Shane Strickland.
But if you can see what Darius is doing, he's saying, bring it on. He's putting up his fists. He's not afraid still.
And while we're with the Boomaye references, it was the Rumble in the Jungle where the rope-a-dope was going on.
Yes, sir.
And look what the rope-a-dope did for Muhammad Ali.
Strickland, for the first time all night, guys, showing some doubt in his face.
And you can see it in his eyes. He's not liking that it's even got this far.
It took some wind out of his sails. I'll be the first one to admit that. I still think Strickland's got it, but...
What is he thinking? Why? I mean, he's asking for it.
But this is buying Darius some valuable time, too, guys.
That's a great point.
Well, so much for that.
To the back of the head. Kick could be out.
He's out.
That could be a knockout shot right there.
He's not moving. Get in there, Jared. Stop this if you have to.
Well, that's it. The referee has the discretion to do that. You can see checking, trying to make sure the lights were on.
I think JML driver is what he's thinking.
Yep. Here it is.
Oh, Darius putting on the brakes. Rolling him up here. 2 count.
Oh, he's trapped. He's trapped, guys.
Scissor.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's the key to the Swerve City, right?
Yep.
Trying to get that on.
And this is right back to what I was talking about. He's got so many offensive tools, submissions, high flying, suplexes, head drops. He's kicking the kid in the side.
This is the first time he's pulled this out. Another weapon that Darius didn't see coming.
No, please hang in there, Darius. Please hang in there.
Is there any life left in Lockhart? He's in the center of the ring, guys. Referee could probably be counting his shoulders.
And this Charlotte crowd, this raucous crowd who's just been with this match since the beginning, trying to will Darius back into this match.
That's it.
What a way for this match to end.
Well, he's out. If he's out, he's out. Still some life.
Catching the boot, too. PWX faithful getting behind Lockhart here.
And he's telling them no, he's still in it.
Adrenaline flowing, rolling through.
Got out of it. Oh, La Magistral, nope. Another La Magistral, Oklahoma side.
Holds. Got it again! Darius Lockhart. I'm sorry, I got excited there. My God, Darius Lockhart doing the impossible, walking into an open opportunity and winning his title back, and then taking not only the King of Swerve to his limit, but retaining that championship. Battered, bloodied, bruised. Darius Lockhart is for real. This is it.
It was against all odds, guys. Performance of a lifetime. You want to talk about the big game, the Super Bowl, the Major League Baseball, World Series. There you go. You can tell I don't watch real sports, right?
It was, what Shook said, he made the impossible possible. I thought Darius had a chance in this match, but at the end, I didn't. For the last 2 or 3 minutes, he was playing constant defense, managed to get something in. I thought he was about to fade, managed to get out of that hold, and then caught him.
Shane,
no. Oklahoma side roll. There was a defense off of La Magistral, and then a roll-up 1, 2, 3. Very impressive.
Shane, no, don't do this.
Win.
Don't do this, Shane. There's been so many finishes tonight where people can't show proper sportsmanship. Please don't be one of those people, Shane. You're better than that.
Well, you can understand Strickland's frustrated right now. Imagine if one of those titles was up for grabs. Imagine going back, flying back to Seattle with no Defy championship and having to explain that to Defy Wrestling.
What's going to happen here? Hush over the crowd, Concord, North Carolina.
If I'm Darius, I'm getting out of there. He might eat another kick to the side of the head.
You can't leave without the title, man. He's not going anywhere without that.
Oh, show of respect from Shane Strickland.
And in the mood Strickland's in, I think that's about as warm and fuzzy as it's going to get.
Oh, respect earned. Respect earned. What a battle here tonight. We almost had 2 ITV champions crowned, but instead Lockhart holding on, defending that championship, and I dare say, or I feel with confidence say, biggest win of his life.
How can we not say it's the biggest win of his life? And maybe the win earlier today was the biggest win of his life until an hour and a half later, and now this is the biggest win.
And if your eyes are still shut, you better put some Visine in them and change your prescription. Darius Lockhart is here to stay. You need to stay woke.
Definitely a young man on a trajectory here.
And wait a minute, what
fan?
Get this guy out of here.
Did a fan just come in the ring, or what's going on?
Who is that?
That's Chase Owens.
What is Chase Owens doing here? Wasn't he in Japan 2 days ago?
Well, he must have got the express flight because Bullet Club is in the house right now.
Attacking Darius Lockhart. Chase Owens. That clothesline here. This is ridiculous.
What is Chase Owens doing here? Ruining this young man's big night. A show of respect from Shane Strickland. Here comes Chase Owens.
He is ruining a beautiful moment right now.
Well, I mean, he's an opportunist and he's taking advantage of it. Doesn't mean we have to agree with it, but...
Like that lariat to the prone Darius Lockhart.
It's almost like he did it just to spite the crowd after that one.
He sure did. You keep chanting for him, I'll hit him again. That's pretty much what he said with his actions.
This is so disrespectful.
It's despicable. There's no other way to put it.
Let's hear what he's going to say.
When I see PWX, all I hear about is a revolution. You know nothing about a revolution. We will show you a revolution.
And what's scary is the number of people going along. I mean, it's like having a mob in the middle of the PWX faithful here.
As if Darius didn't have enough people with targets like just lined up on his back. But now you've got an international threat in Chase Owens and possibly more.
Well, we all know the club and the gang that Chase Owens runs in the Bullet Club. Who could he specifically be thinking about? I mean, speculation runs rampant.
What is Lockhart thinking here? He's holding onto the foot of Chase
Well,
Owens.
that's
Still trying to fight.
It's the stupidity right now. I hate to say it.
No.
Driver. Ridiculous. After what this kid went through. And like you said, Bob, you know, there comes a point. I respect the spirit of Lockhart, but
I'm all for jumping in, and I don't even mind sneak attacks. I've had plenty of them in my life. I've had them done to me. I've done them. But the thing is, there's a time and a place to do it. There's a time to make mistakes.
Forget the referee.
Somebody get him the hell out of here. After the night we've had already.
Yeah, we need security.
Yep.
Wait, is he coming over here?
Dude, what's got?
Yo, Chase, calm down, bro. Calm down.
You all know who I am, but do you know why I'm here?
A famous line, paraphrase.
He's going out the front door. He just went out the front door.
Good. Please lock the front door for a minute so he doesn't come back in.
Security running after him, coming out of the crowd.
He's trying to, as always.
So you caught the line too, huh, Bob?
I caught the line. Obviously, him trying to be a wise guy and making light of something that he did. I hope Darius Lockhart is all right after the performance he put on. Made believers out of me, and Suge always believed in him. Always thought he could win. He had to convince me, and he sure did tonight. It was a career-defining moment in a young man's career, and now we have to deal with this.
That's it, a career-defining moment, and that moment snatched away by Chase Owens.
And I'm not, guys. None of us have fell off the turnip truck yesterday. We know what professional wrestling is. We know you're prone to sneak attacks. It's a unique sport that has a unique set of rules, some unwritten, some written. But this was over the line again. And I feel like I've been repeating myself several times today. But sometimes you got to let things lie. And if I don't care who Chase Owens brings with him, Darius Lockhart showed me a lot of fighting spirit tonight.
And despite all of that, Darius Lockhart, he's truly arrived in spite of everything.
A great
That's a
performance.
champ right there.